If ever I had a video, would you dance in it? Would you dance in it, in it? Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine. Let it in, let it in. Oh, sunshine, you are my sunshine. Let it in, let it in.
Well, good morning. As usual, a little bit of a problem in getting going, but here we are. And what a morning it is. Poor old Boris. I'm sorry to laugh, but, history are made of particular moments. And the fact is that it just shows the state of our entire political establishment and the rest, how moral we can be. If Boris gets a little bit tiddly, he has a row with his girlfriend because he drops the wine over her pristine settee. They have a row, somebody tapes it, and the next thing you know, his ambitions to become leader of the country are in tatters. But how many of us have had a tiff like that? It's a little bit of a domestic dispute which got slightly out of hand. And regretted the consequences. Well, just about most of us, I suspect. So I really feel sorry for the guy that it was such an important moment. Anyway, that's Boris, and we won't dwell on it for too long because I think there are a couple of important political issues this week. What they started to call the Rainbow Alliance, and then realised that there wasn't much rainbow to it, but the alliance of the 22 opposition MPs, made up, I think, of 8 Greens, or 9 Greens, 8 Lib Dems, 2 Labour, 2 Independents. What does that make? 9, 8, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I've missed one somewhere. Perhaps there's another Green. But anyway, they total 22, and the Conservatives only total 19. And because they were in such disarray, the opposition councillors at the first meeting of the year just simply stood up and said to the Conservatives, "You want to be in power for another 4 years? Oh, well, here you are, you can have it." And they just simply threw it away, which doesn't bode much for the confidence we should have in any further alliance, although over social media they're boasting about what they can do and what they can't do. Well, let's see. But I must say that whatever happens this week, and it will be an interesting week in politics, for local politics, I think, I personally am very disappointed. There are 3 key issues. The first one is the cabinet system, which puts the power of governance across Lewis District into the hands of 4 or 5 people, plus the chief executive. I think that's both dangerous and it's undemocratic. But there you are, that's the way the system was set up, and it was set up by Tony Blair, not known as a great Democrat, but it is possible to change it. But no effort was made by the last administration, which was a Conservative administration, to change it. The coalition, let's call them the coalition, have decided that they are going to try and tackle the Conservatives, get that decision reversed, and that they will take over the council. And it would appear that is quite possible, if they do get their act together and have a go. The Conservatives, of course, are snorting, dummies of damn silly, it'll never happen. That lot can't possibly get their act together. They're too different in their thoughts. And also, of course, there are a few councillors back who are re-elected, but there's something like 18 or 20. A good half more than half, who I knew, never been in the council political scene before, and as a consequence they're not quite sure what they're doing either. But anyway, let's see if that happens. But the disappointing thing is that I think, and let's hope that I'm wrong, but I think that what will happen is that once the coalition get into power, if indeed they do, they will do what every group has done before, is, hey, this is all wrong, we shouldn't have a cabinet like this. Oops, we happen to be in power. Oh, well, perhaps we'll keep it, because we can do so much better. We can do so much good if we can wield the stick. So let's see whether, A, the coalition managed to overturn the Conservatives and get into power, which is what it is, get into power. And once in power, will they do away with the cabinet system? So that's the number one issue. Let's have a look at a second issue, and I'm very disappointed because I've actually emailed the leader of the coalition and asked the question. I know she's a very decent lady, but I don't know what it is. I think they're scared silly of the executive, and I have no idea why. The two questions I posed is, one, what is their position on the council? Now, when I say the council, I'm not talking about the elected body, I'm talking about the executive, the people that run it on a day-to-day basis, mostly Eastbourne executives, about half strength, and mucking things up so badly that nobody knows where they are. I know at least 3 people that are going to the Ombudsman over decisions. I'm going to join them because some of the decisions and also the responses, which are non-existent from the executive, are such that it has made life almost impossible for ordinary citizens. Now, what is the coalition going to do about that? Well, silence at the moment. On social media, in response to my requests, silence, nothing. And that's a key issue. If we can't be governed properly, and I've spoken to some of the ex-councillors, some of the previous councillors, and they admit that the thing is just a complete and utter chaos. It's just out of control. It just doesn't know what it's doing. It's inefficient. But are the new group, if they become the new group, going to do anything about it? And the answer is that they haven't given an answer. And that's really extremely difficult to fathom, because if they haven't given an answer, presumably they haven't got a policy. If they haven't got a policy on that, then I really do worry that they will have a policy on absolutely anything. So, that's one issue. The second issue is, do they believe that the merger with Eastbourne has been a success, or is it creating problems? Not a murmur. It's nothing. No echo. No back. Because that would upset the present executive, the present CEO. And yet, the funny thing is, it is so typical of politicians. Everybody, quote, everybody, but it is fairly widespread knowledge that this council, Lewes District Council, is not efficient. It is not working, and that part of the reason is the merger, which isn't working, and is contributing to the complete and utter lack and loss of confidence in the executive, and therefore, if the councillors aren't going to do anything about it, is loss of confidence in the council. Not a dicky bird. Nothing. Well, those two issues we need answers on. Give us some answers. Either those of you who are in power, the Conservatives with their cabinet, and the coalition who say they'll do away with the cabinet, but who are not answering what I consider, and many, many, many people in the district consider to be two key issues. What is your stance on the council and its efficiency, the executive and its efficiency? And what is your stance on the merger with Eastbourne? We want to know. Tell us what your policies are and why you set those policies, and then perhaps we'll start to regain some confidence, not only in local politicians, but in the political system as such. And you've got a lot of work to do, chaps and chapesses. A lot of work. Let's hear from you. Till tomorrow. And the new team get going this week. Very exciting for Mirador. Watch out for the new team. They're pretty feisty and spicy. Until tomorrow, toodle pip.